So what's the best way to get a car to the kart circuit? In my opinion, it's either on or in a car. So I thought it'd be a good idea to put a bit of a request out there to ask you guys how you're getting your car to the circuit. And I asked on a few Facebook groups, Karting UK, British Historic Kart Club, and my page as well. And I got some great pictures. So let's, without further ado, let's take a look at what you guys are doing and how you're getting your karts to the circuit. So, first up, we have Adam Siret, my friend. That is very impressive because we've not just got a kart on this Golf, we've got a trailer with 1, 2, 3, 4 karts and stands. That is very impressive. Wow. There's me thinking I'm flash getting one kart on a Golf that I used to have back in the day before it ended up upside down. But let's not go there. So well done, Adam. That looks top rate. Here we go. Here we go. So what we got here is, I believe it's a Seat Aroso or an Arasso, which is basically a VW Lupo. So a small little car. You've got a pre-95 chassis on the top. That is beautiful work. You can get a couple of engines in the back, toolbox, passenger. That's beautiful. That's Alex Fallat or Fallart. That is how you do it, my friend. That is how you do it. Okay, next up, Alex Spinks. Now, this is someone who's got, obviously, a professional photographer as a friend, because that is very nice indeed. Lovely background there with the blossom on the trees. So what have we got? We've got an L-Reg Ford Fiesta in mint condition. And then that's a Vortex 100. It's not the rotary valve, it's a reed valve. Is that the VL? I can't remember all the names of them. And what I presume is a Tony Kart Extreme on the top. Again, very nice. This is how karting used to be back in the day. That is lovely. Well done, Alex. Ben Cock. Now, this is mint. I can't tell you what car this is, but this was driven from the Netherlands to PFI for the World Karting Championship historic demo runs. So this is cross-continental kart travel. And this little car, I can't tell you what chassis it is. Let me zoom in. Let me see. That chassis is a Landia. Very nice, very old school, very original kart. All right, next up. Okay, we've got Ben Martin. This is a VW Golf GTI. Got his road tax on the roof rack there. That's beautiful work. Tinted rear window. Yeah, this is a modern car. Obviously taking the pods off, because it's easier if you've got the pods off sometimes to get it on the roof. I don't know. Sometimes it's easier. So yeah, that's a modern car. That's nice. Nice work, solid work, that. Now, now there's a number of puns that can be done here. This is Chris Fuller. So this is a hearse. So this fella takes his Rotax Paralin chassis, which is kind of cool. We don't see many of them in the UK at the moment. So he takes it in the back. It's obviously a hearse. I don't know. I mean, is it cheaper than a van? I don't know. But there's a lot of puns here. About, burying opponents in the tile. Yes, that's very cool, Chris. Very nice. Very original. I like this take. Crispin Zurcher. Now, I think we've got another little Diddy Seat, and that's a Senior OK on the top of that. So Crispin Zurcher, I hope I've pronounced your name mildly correctly. This is at Wilton Mill, I can tell. What I find interesting about this is when you go to the World Championships, the World Karting Championships, like you see all these massive trucks, massive awnings, massive motorhomes, and I thought, if you got the kart that won the championship, you could literally just take the engine off and you can put the chassis on a little Seat like that, put your engines in the boot, and theoretically the World Championship kart could arrive, if we're going sort of backward engineering here, you could arrive at the championship with that setup on a little car like this and technically win it. In terms of the actual mechanics of it, you could win the World Championship travelling and competing, as long as the engine's good enough and your chassis is okay, you could actually do that, which I always find kind of interesting when you arrive at these paddocks and they're full of millionaires. You know, you could in theory turn up looking like this. Oh, okay, so Daniel Thompson. This is interesting. So this is not a car on a roof, but we've got a trailer, which is, you know, quite high end in the way we're looking at this. So he's got a classic, I guess, a 250 single, and then he's got on this trailer, he's also got it looks like a Rotax 256, so an old sort of Formula E kart, supercar, and that's 2 on 1 trailer. And I think that's, you got these 2 karts that could lap a long circuit as quick as any high-end supercar, and they're just on the back of a trailer, both of them. That's it's kind of incredible when you think about it. Okay, Darren Davison, lovely. Another Vauxhall, not another Vauxhall, it's the first Vauxhall we've seen. Roof rack, cart on the top. You know, job done. You can't ask for more than that. So that's just straight down the middle, how we like to go karting. Right, next up, what have we got? Felipe Nardo. So he sent me a couple of pictures, and he's got a YouTube channel, so please subscribe if you can. I'll link it down below. Because he's taken all the pods off, you can see the sort of chassis in the rear and how it fits. And like, as long as usually with modern karts, because they're a bit longer and they've got pods and stuff, if you take the pods off and stuff, they do fit into an estate car pretty damn easily. And as we'll see later on, I'm sure smaller vehicles as well, so that's nice. Lovely. Another old school, I'm guessing that's an old BMW. I don't know the exact marks for the BMW stuff. Or was it a Volvo? I can't tell. Ooh, that's embarrassing. Okay, I'll just remove my lack of car knowledge there. Yes, Giovanni Neri. That's all you need, man. That's all you need. And especially with the old karts, they're a lot easier to get on the roof, because first you don't have to take pods off, and they're a lot lighter. So lovely work. That's a happy man. Okay, Jacob Sharrock. Now I like this because you've got two young lads with 2 cars, karts on the roof. Both got trophies. I don't know what circuit that is. It could be Landau. That's all you need. That's all you need to enjoy this sport. You don't need everything else. 2 small cars, karts on the roof, pair of trophies, happy days. Here in Metzen, the reason I like this is because I think this car is something like a Peugeot called Partner TP. So it's like, I don't know if this is the exact model, but it's that type of weird sort of minivan car type vehicle, which they're kind of cool. And this is a 250 National, so this is a full sort of, in a sense, supercar. And you can see there he's got his diffuser, he's got his full floor, and that's stuck right in the back, ready to go. And that to me is amazing, because these karts, you know, they've got a longer wheelbase than normal karts, so they're a little bit bigger. But if you know the performance of these things, they're kind of bonkers. So Kieran, that is incredible stuff. Next up, Curtis Moore. So again, old school car, air cooled, generally a little bit smaller, a little bit easier. What I like about this is it looks a little bit thrown in, which is sort of my end of the spectrum, which is like you have your idea that it's all going to be organised, and in the end you just go, right, get it in, lift it up at the front, and hopefully you can get the boot closed. Again, lovely, like that. Old school Peugeot estate, again, love that. That's a Rotax chassis, well, not Rotax chassis, but I'm assuming it's Rotax 177. Again, estate, beautiful work. I'm well into that. That's a solid, because that's the thing, when you put it on the roof, you've got all this room in the rear. It's lovely, it's just dead posh, that. And what's his name before I forget? That's Liam Pedge. Okay, that's a cadet car on the roof, so a little bit easier than a full-size senior car. BMW estate. Again, simple, easy way to go karting, especially with Honda Cadet and the kids. You just throw it on the circuit and go. Oh, look, it's me. This is my old Golf. This was before I had the roof rack, and so I just threw it all in the rear, which is an old Techno S2J. And the engines are in there somewhere. Now, I remember I actually, when we go to the circuit, I didn't close the jerry can properly, so I got fuel high for a brief moment, so I had to stop. and close that. Now, okay, Mick Haldell. So this is 2 carts on 1 Corolla. So you've got the roof rack, and then you've got the cycle rack on the rear that he's put another chassis on. So that's 2 carts on 1 car. Again, so you can be flash. You can have 2 chassis, a dry chassis and a wet chassis, and still go karting. That's an old Gillard on the top. It's quite a nice cart when you look at it up close. Okay, we've got I'm presuming that's a Volvo. Another old school cart on the top. Lovely, lovely work. Again, light, so it's easy to get on. And that's Mike Daniels. That's very nice. Very nice. Now this is my favourite, because this is a mini Metro, and he's got this is like 100 Britain on the top. And yeah, I love this sort of thing, because this is as pure as you can get it. You've got a Rover Mini Metro, you've got 100 Britain on the top. He's a novice, and that's someone that's going to go enjoy karting. And to me, that is what karting is. That's why it's so good as a motorsport, because there's not many other motorsports that you can do this. And that's beautiful. I like that. That's Rob Sefton. That was on the British Historic Kart Club group. That inspired this whole video, because I saw that and I was like, that's a bit of me. Now, this is interesting, because this is a Toyota Yaris. So Robbie Boot, I've got his name down. I hope that's correct. If it's not, I'll change it on the screen. That's a Toyota Yaris. What's interesting here is you're never going to get the car in the boot, right? And folding down the rear seats. There's not enough room. So he's put it on his side, put the passenger seat down, and somehow fitted it in. That is proper. So Robbie, if I had a hat, right now I'll take it off, because that is impressive. Very impressive. This is Sam Forbes, the legendary Sam Forbes. I don't know what car that is. It's an estate, so I appreciate that. Anyway, 2 carts on the roof. So you can get 2 carts on there. You stuff the boot. Got a cart stand in there. You could probably have another chassis in there as well, if you wanted. Yeah, beautiful. I'm loving that, Sam, because Sam's old school, man. If anybody is into historic karting, they'll know Sam. He's proper young lad, does it properly. I think he's got a trailer now, so he's dead posh now, but that is wonderful. I love that, Sam. This is Sam Forbes again, with Sam Kingsbury. So there's a pair of them in their Seats, one with a gearbox, old school gearbox, and then one with a traditional 100cc chassis. That's beautiful. Look at them, matching cars and everything. Love that. That's, again, proper old school how to go karting. Sam Wadeson with his Porsche 944. I hope that's the right model. So he's got an old school sports car, roof rack, and an old 100cc chassis on the top. I'm loving that, Sam. That's brilliant. Old school Porsche. Can't complain. Again, another one, Sean Taylor. Old school. You notice there's a theme here. There's a lot of old karts, because a lot of the old boys, which I'm now one, this is how people used to go karting back in the day regularly. This is what it was. That was the point of it. You just needed a car. Did I say his name out? Sean Taylor. I hope I did. So I appreciate that. That's a TKN as well. There you go. That's a Bambino. Those things that's Steve McNeil, by the way. Looks like a Skoda. Not sure what model. With Bambinos, they're so small, you can just throw the whole car in the boot by the looks of it. Almost get passengers in the rear. So yeah, they're that small, you can just throw them in. Thomas Lyndhurst. That is an old 106. Again, right up my street. It's got a Billand on the top, 4-stroke. They were kind of cool back in the day for what they were. So he's got that on the top, roof rack, can't complain. Perfect. Love it. I don't know what is that, a Lard? I don't know. Whatever car that is. I'm going to get embarrassed now with my lack of car knowledge. But that's, again, old school car, cart on the roof. And I'm guessing that's a lid, I think. Brilliant. So love that, mate. That's Thomas Lyndhurst again. I think he sent me a few pictures. And yeah, always on the roof of his car. So I'm loving that. Tibor, I'm not going to pronounce your surname because I'm going to muck it up. But that's, I'm presuming, an old, I guess that's a Mitox Tony kart, not sure. On a Peugeot. Again, that's how to do it. You don't, 3-door, little car, cart on the roof. Perfect. Love it. William Thomas sent me this, and I don't have the guy's name, but I sort of like the look of this because it's not a car, it's just an old sort of VW van, but I just kind of like the idea that you can put your cart on the roof of a VW camper van. I don't think this is a camper van, but whatever version of it. And yeah, you can live a life of luxury. You've got your bed in the boot, everything can fit in, cart on the roof. Happy days, happy days. Right. So there's a few honourable mentions that I have to show you because they're cool as. So I'm not sure who this was, but this is some Karts, and I can't I don't know who owns them, but you've got an old Porsche 911 which looks stunning with a cart on the roof, and then in the foreground you've got a Mini Cooper or a Mini with another cart on the roof. To me, that's bob on. That's perfect. So that's incredible. An old Alpha, I don't know what model it is, a Giulia or something similar. Now this is an old pic because it's a rear engine cart. Look at him, he's loaded up as well, going around the corner. That's, again, perfect. I love that. And finally, so this is Will Dendy at Shenington, and I guess this was 2008. And so what happened was, Will used to race TKM, and at Shenington you got these like banks. So I don't know if it was David Litchfield or part of the team, they pushed his car onto the bank, so it was like rocking, and they all sat on it and took this photo. And in the boot, if you look carefully, that's what he used to take his cart to the circuit in, which is this old red Vauxhall Astra Estate, which is proper, and that's karting in a nutshell. And the whole point of this video was to show you how you can do karting and do it with just a car, some tools, and you can, even thinking about it, like a roof rack's kind of flash, and you can fit a cart in the back of a Yaris, even a roof rack's kind of flash. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making it because going back and seeing these sort of pictures, it reminds you of what karting really is and how relatively accessible it is compared to other motorsports. So hopefully I've got loads more people sent me pictures, so I haven't put all the pictures up. I can do another video with them. So thank you for everybody that sent me pictures. If you didn't show up in this video, I'll probably do another one at some point, so you'll appear there. So I appreciate everybody who sent me them, and yeah, keep enjoying your karting and keeping it real. So thanks for watching.